But generally speaking, let me just give you a bit of an overview about the organisation. Now, first and primarily, who we are. Okay, so just give you a bit of a background in terms of what we are as an organisation. So, we are a non-profit organisation which aims to empower and encourage Islamic academia and knowledge in the wider international community, with a focus on the development of Muslim scholars, intellectuals, academics, professionals and Muslim women. So we aim to become an academic centre of excellence for Islamic research on contemporary topics and issues affecting Muslims, whilst embedding spiritual development into the learning process using diverse pedagogies. What that basically means is that we recognise that in our communities there is the level of engagement that's happening because of academic reasons and because of a number of different other reasons. That level of engagement that Muslims should be having with the wider community is not always happening in some of the more specialist fields, one of them being medicine, medical ethics, and various other areas like that. So our role, in essence, is to look at these particular industries and then to actually develop not only Muslim scholars, but also the Muslim public, and also engage Muslim scholars with the public, with the academics, to actually develop this science to a much higher degree. Now, as part of that, I mean, it would have been good if I had the visual slides, but generally speaking, we have a timeline. So, Al-Balagh was initiated as an organisation around about late 2016. And then, throughout time, we managed to initially start off our first course, and our first course was Islamic Medical Fiqh. And that initially we had a number of students, approximately 40 students. Now over time, that's developed quite considerably, alhamdulillah. So by 2018, January, we were able to have approximately 14 to 15 courses were in the process of actually coming online. We then became quite international, and we began, in essence, teaching students all over the world, from places like Canada, America, South America, right down to Australia, Asia, Africa, and Europe. So clearly, over a small period of time, we've been able to achieve quite an amazing number of our objectives. So, as a start, Al-Balagh was co-founded by myself and Mufti Abrar, who unfortunately can't be with us today. And I am myself, I'm the academic director of Al-Balagh. Mufti Abrar is the director. And we have a number of people on the advisory board. And the people on the advisory board are mainly ulama and also academics. We have a couple of strategic objectives. And our strategic objectives are generally threefold. The first is developing, offering courses. So we are trying to ensure that we are covering all the different industries that are out there, which are of a necessary need, where we require people to engage more. So that's one of the first objectives. The second is the knowledge and the training and skills, recognizing that it's not just about solely knowledge, but also the issue of training needs. Being confident to present, being confident to go in to a platform and have a quite intellectual academic discussion with people who really matter. And then finally, also the Muslim academic engagement. So this is about engaging with the right people, with the producers, the stakeholders, as well as the consumers. So these are our general strategic objectives. We went through 3 phases, and the 3 phases were initially planned to be over 5 years. Alhamdulillah, we managed to achieve them all within the space of 2 years. So the first phase was, in essence, more in relation to the development of the organization and development of the learning process that we have, which we, alhamdulillah, have achieved. The second was more in line with sustainability, so we're going through the process of sustainability. And the third was more about engaging with all the stakeholders, and that may include academic institutes. It also includes people from certain communities, engaging with ulama, with Muslim scholars and various other organizations. So we've gone through a kind of a development and quite a bit of a learning curve, but alhamdulillah we've managed to achieve quite significant amounts. And I'm just going to give you a bit of an outline about some of the courses that we have. So just to give you a bit of a brief about the courses that we have currently, we have the Fiqh of Medicine. So we have 3 levels. So we have the Fiqh of Medicine level 1, we have the Fiqh of Medicine level 2 and 3. And the Fiqh of Medicine level 1 is basically on a basic level. So what that really does is, majority of the people that come onto Fiqh of Medicine level 1 are mainly ulama, so Muslim scholars, medical professionals, so doctors, we've got 1 or 2 dentists, pharmacists, and people from the allied profession, health profession. And we also have general people who have an interest in this area amongst academics as well. The interesting thing about that is the level of engagement that happens. So there's something about the online training, but also we have certain platforms where these individuals can actually communicate with each other on a forum, so they learn from each other and recognize and identify where their gaps are. And that's quite a special sort of a process of development for them. So level 2 becomes a bit more specialized, a bit more academic. And in level 2, usually what we tend to do is we focus more on their ability to analyze what's currently out there and to apply their knowledge to that. So there's a lot of skill development in there. So it's not just solely about knowledge, but also about skill development. So as part of that, what we tend to do is we give them certain assignments, and those assignments may be very practical in the sense that they're expected to engage with the wider world in a number of different ways. We also have a course on Ahadith of Medicine, which was very successful. The Ahadith of Medicine was chosen specifically because of the attachment that we wanted our students to have and the spiritual connection with prophetic tradition. So on the basis of Ahadith of Medicine, we chose Sahih Bukhari, which is the first and most authentic canonical books of Hadith. And in there we chose Kitab al-Tib, which is basically the book of medicine. We had a number of scholars who delivered this program, and we went into quite a bit of detail in terms of some of the prophetic traditions, how we can relate to them in contemporary times. That was quite a success, and we will be having an award ceremony later on regarding some of those students who are present from that particular course. There's a couple of online course features that we have, which include a 24-hour online presence. So our staff is present online 24 hours a day. And the reason why that is because we have people all over the world who are clearly participating on the student management system. Now, our current achievements so far have been such that in the space of 2 to 3 years, we currently have over 1,300 learners around the world. Our plan or our goal is to achieve 10,000 in the next 3 years. We currently have given out 250 scholarships. So there are mainly ulama who sometimes cannot afford, or other people from around the world, the third world. We have managed to achieve and give them 250 scholarships so that they're able to be trained in these areas. We also cover approximately 50 countries, 190 cities around the world, and we have currently over 15 courses. The plan is that in the next 3 years we aim to bring that number to approximately 100 to 200 courses, and the number of countries that we are hoping to achieve to target will fall around about over 150 countries. So you can already see that we have quite an ambitious plan there. So as part of that, it's very important that you people play a very, very important role in that. We are, like I said, a charitable organisation. So number one, we need your knowledge, we need your special expertise, we also need some financial support. And more importantly, we need your dua, your supplication, that Allah makes this a success. So inshallah, we will have the opportunity throughout the whole session. And this is the opportunity that we have now to get some of our students to come up and present their presentation. What I'm going to do is, in the meantime, I'm going to skip the break later on. So what we will do is, we will give you the break now for approximately 10 minutes, okay? And then we will just move the schedule on a bit because of the few little technical issues that we have at the present moment. So you've got 10 minutes, have a break, take some refreshments, come back to us, and inshallah what we'll do is by that time we'll have our students ready and they will do some of their presentation and show you and demonstrate some of the things that they've learned. Jazakumullah.